This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories.
And welcome to my review of Vector Prime. This is the first novel in the new Jedi Order series, and this is a series of 19 books and 2 short stories, and I am splitting these up just by book because it's probably going to be read by me over the next 6 to 8 months. That's just, my prediction of like the minimum amount of time it's going to take me to read through this. And I am reading through the physical books because the audio books are only in their abridged forms, meaning that you cannot read the book in its completion through audiobooks, so that would have made it a lot faster. But I'm generally reading this through breaks at work and when I am going to places that are a little further away. But still, this book was a nice start to the series. This book is controversial because of his decision to kill off Chewbacca, and that is a moment that definitely hurts. I think that they do handle it well, especially going into the other books, and it also helps set the Vong as a real threat, and from it seems like it was probably the only character of significance they were allowed to kill off, and I can understand why they would want to make the Vong look like a serious threat pretty early on, and I think the death of Chewbacca definitely does do that. And although I think everyone would not want to see the death of Chewbacca, with me knowing of it for a while and not really being in the moment, it is definitely hitting less hard. And also knowing that Disney did way worse with the sequels definitely doesn't make it hit as hard. But still, it is definitely a pretty hard moment to get through. I think everyone truly loves Chewbacca, and I think that it was really nice for them to give him a few nice moments with both Han and the rest of the solo kids before he ultimately gave his life. And honestly, that was just a really nice moment for them to have with Han and other characters throughout it, whether being on the run with Han, even though things do go bad, or just being there for the kids. It was really nice for him to also be just a true loyal friend till the end, giving up his life to save Anakin Solo, and that was honestly a really great thing. And if I see Chewbacca going out, I definitely see him going out saving others and just being a truly loyal friend. That is definitely the most controversial part, but besides that, the novel is pretty solid. It sets up the Vong as a pretty serious threat and definitely makes you later in the series realize that the New Republic is definitely going to have to take them seriously, but knowing how this goes, they don't, and it is a major mistake, but it is still interesting to see them and beginning phases of their invasion, which leads to, I believe, it's around 360 trillion deaths. And as I said, I could definitely see how this was a lot more controversial at the time to kill off Chewbacca. But I think definitely with there being a lot of time since this came out, around I believe like 20 years ago, or just over. I don't remember the exact release year, but I believe it was like the early 2000s. It is still pretty good story, and it's a nice setup for not only everything that will follow in the franchise for this specific series, but also for the rest of Legends, setting up the most devastating war the galaxy will ever see. And although I did know of Chewbacca's death going in, it definitely still hits really hard when you get to it. And even though I know the basics of this war, I want to truly experience it by reading through this series. It took me a while to get all the books, but once I did, and that was around last December, I just was not finding time to read until I finally realized I could read during my breaks, and at some other times I started this series and have been enjoying it so far. If I do want to know what you think, please let me know in the comments, and I'll see you on the next episode of Legends and Theories.
Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, check out the video on screen, and may the Force be with you.